Here it goes. Here it goes. I see the wheel. I have a feeling people are gonna freak out when they see a car with no one in it driving. This episode is sponsored by our Patreon supporters. Patreon supporters get access to never-before-seen bonus footage, on-air shoutouts, and free Tesla-inspired gear from LikeTeslaKim.com. Please consider becoming a patron for as little as $1 a month. Every dollar goes back into our channel to help continue making quality videos for you. So we are hanging out with one of our friends right now who happens to be part of the early access program. This is his Model 3, and we are going to show you guys enhanced summon mode today, as well as a couple other things that are a little bit different with his car. With the few brief moments we had with our friend's Model 3, we noticed a couple of UI changes on the center display. The car on the left-hand side now looks much more detailed and larger. It also shows an animation when going from drive to park. The other item that stood out was that the vehicle now zooms out for a wide view on multi-lane roads, only to zoom back in for an up-close view on single-lane roads. So to activate enhanced summon mode, you're basically just going to go to summon like normal, and it's going to connect to your vehicle, pop up right there. You're going to tap on it, and it's going to give the radius. So you need to be within that radius to bring your car there. So you're actually just going to tap to pin where you want it to go. So I'm going to say right about there, and you're going to press and hold. So the car's over there. It's going to come to us right now. Here it goes. It's kind of like having a big remote control car right now. Here it goes. Now obviously this is still in beta mode. Once it gets mass released, there'll be some little tweaks and whatnot to it. But let's see. Here it comes. It's still freaky to see a car driving with no one in it. So there it goes. It's right about at our pin right there. You can kind of see.
Can you keep moving the pin up to where you're standing?
Okay, so I can adjust the pin and start again. Here it comes. Now, what I couldn't tell was what was happening inside the cabin. Notice the almost erratic and sudden steering wheel movements as the car cautiously moves forward. Obviously, this is an unreleased beta version, but it was fascinating to see nonetheless. Okay, so if you let go, I got a little nervous there that maybe it was gonna hit the car, so I just let go right away and the car stopped immediately. So if there was a situation where it made you nervous, you could let go with your finger and it stops automatically. You know, like I said, it's still in beta. They're still working some things out, so it's nice that they have that on there. So one of the things that's always kind of made me nervous is what happens when a person walks out in a parking lot. Would the car stop for that person, or there's any kind of obstacle? So let's go ahead and find out. I will be the test subject. So I'm gonna go ahead and place a pin over here. So I placed a pin on the opposite side of the parking lot and summoned the car to that location and tried to get in its path to arriving at that location. Look at that, it's actually backing up to get to where it needs to go. I thought it would drive around the other way. So I might have to get back here. It was pretty amazing to see the car constantly try to get around me while heading to the corner of the parking lot where I summoned it to. I will say it took quite a bit of time, at least twice as long as the average person to get around an obstacle and move on. But on a rainy day when you're walking out of a building, maybe at the expense of annoying the person behind your car, it would be incredible to have your car come to your doorsteps for you.
That's crazy. It's just going to keep battling the obstacle until it gets to the closest it can without the obstacle. That's good to see. And that's a tiny obstacle compared to a car, so.
So that was really cool. I think the car was probably a little bit annoyed at me because I kept moving around there, but it basically figured out a different path to get to where it needed to go and avoid the obstacles. So it did a pretty good job. I was pretty impressed right there. Also, I thought it was really interesting that it chose to back up and kind of go that route to get where it needed to go, as opposed to going around the other way of the parking lot. So I'm building up my courage right now. We've brought it to a busy parking lot, and we are gonna test it out here, see if it, I guess, doesn't hit anybody or any cars. So here we go. We are gonna go ahead, and you can see the Model 3 is parked over there. There's cars coming in and out of this parking lot. Let's see, how are we gonna do this? I'm gonna just, have it go right over to where we are right now. And I'm gonna go ahead, and I have a feeling people are gonna freak out when they see a car with no one in it driving. Here it goes, here it goes. I see the wheel. There's another car right now pulling in. I feel like I need to get closer. Oops.
Yeah,
It still makes me a little bit nervous, so I want to get close enough that if I do need to take my finger off of it and stop it, I can do that.
You can definitely see it taking quite a bit of time to get its bearings.
It may be faster to drive it yourself at this point, but I'm sure by the time we all get it, it will be better. Here it comes, guys. Wow.
It doesn't get too much cooler than that.
I mean, wow. Well, there you go.
I know, it does seem to want to kind of cut to the corner at last minute, doesn't it? It almost maybe gets off the road.
Was it trying to park there, maybe? A shout out to Model Y tier and up supporters: Akash Krishnan, Alan Anderson, Brent Darley, Carl Goebel, Gary Burgess, Jesse Seastrand, June Wells, Lawrence Pina, Mark Larson, Linda Catron, Matthew Brahms, Michael J. Danbury, and MN ICT Specialists.